Hello everyone, be very welcome to this week video, and today I want to share with you how I use die cutting machine or those embossing machines and use it as a tool for monoprinting and get these amazing sharpened and very well defined monoprintings from Botanicals, and with extra bonus of some beautiful prints that you can get using some tips that I will give you during this video. So come along and join me at my art table and let's make some mixed media techniques for our junk journals and art journals. If you don't know me, I am Francisca Nunes. I am a mixed media artist and I love to use nature as my inspiration and as my medium of election to bring into my art table and explore mixed media techniques for junk journaling and art journaling. If you like these subjects, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button so you are always notified. So let's start. For this session, we are going to need botanicals, and you will see me working with ferns over and over again because I really love ferns. Because of the details they have, and the prints are just amazing and I really love. So, and one tip that I want to tell you is I don't use one time and throw it away. What I do when I go for a walk, I just press my ferns in here, or my botanicals, and then I will use them over and over again. And as you can see, this one is almost like plastery because it has lots of layers of acrylics, and we can use this on later on a journal page. So I have several of them that I've been using for so long. For example, this one, I love it. It's a grevillea and it's almost plastery also. And yeah, so this is my tip. Just use your ferns or your botanicals several times, okay? Also, let me just have this part in here so you can see. Also, I like to use not so well, not completed botanicals because I love these fragmented pieces. Also, I like to use, this is another one, for example, see, it will give us beautiful unexpected prints because it's not complete, it's broken, it's faded. You can also use, of course, we want to use for this technique all our dried leaves, okay? We will use dried leaves because other than that, the result will be different. Okay, we want to use pressed and dried leaves. Also, for example, these leaves would be amazing prints, would give an amazing print. So things like this are good, are very good. And these are amazing too. These are leaf skeletons, so they have lots of details. So they will give amazing prints with the technique that I'm sharing today with you. Then we will explore this technique using both papers and fabrics. In both, I encourage you to explore different papers, different fabrics, different transparencies of fabrics or thickness, and so you get different results. When I'm doing my journals or my collages, I like to make have differences on the thickness and kinds of papers. So this is why I'm using difference. And papers too. When we are going to do a collage or making a journal, we want diversity, so we need different kinds of papers. And with, for example, corrugated cardboard, this technique that I'm going to share with you, it's amazing because you are going to see that the pressure, it's going to bring the print very well in here. Other than that, if we use this on the jelly plate, would not be so good because of the the texture of this. So I like to use these papers. Also, vintage paper is amazing. Translucent paper. You know, just use what you have and explore with them, because diversity is the better to have different options when we are going later to do our journals and collages. Okay, so besides that, we are going to use the die cut machine. So this is mine is Big Shot Sizzix, and I will also use the jelly plate to put my paint and have my botanicals here to then use on the jelly with the die cut machine. Okay. Also, of course, we are going to use brayers and acrylic paint. And for acrylic paint, you can explore the paints that you have around you. I will use acrylics, and mainly I use Amsterdam and Winston and Galleria, and sometimes there's another one, and sometimes I will use some of these Prismo. It's a brand, French brand that I found in here online. So these are mainly the colors that you will see me creating. I love Amsterdam and these ones. These are my favorite. You have to have your die cut machine prepared. So we have these plates where you would see the length that you need for die cutting or embossing, and you will explore and see which one is the better to make the pressure without breaking anything. So for me, it's like this. If I don't use very thick fabrics, okay, other than that would be like this. So I will add this in here, and then I will add the first plate prepared, okay? And then I will add my fabric or my papers in here, for example, like this. And here we can do this in both ways. We can fold the paper or the fabric and create a mirrored fabric, okay, image. Or you can add this and use, for instance, another fabric of the same, or another fabric, a different fabric, or even on top use paper, okay? Because imagine that you just want a fabric that's printed. So if I had a paper in here, I will print here and the other side in here, okay? So this is these are the different ways you can use. The same with the paper. If you had a paper, you can fold, you can add a fabric or a different kind of paper, and to create different, that the prints go into different papers. Okay, so let's start, and I will select one color. Let me see, I will start with a little bit of green. This is translucent, and I don't want nothing very translucent because I want the things go into my fabrics. So I will add just a little bit of black, okay? First of all, I want to add my globes because I'm just a messy girl. Prepare your leaves and let's add some color. Also, decide at the beginning what paper or fabric you will use that, because when you spray the paint, you have to hurry because we don't want the paint go dry. Okay, so I will use this brown fabric. So okay, here We don't want not too much, not too less paint, okay? You have to explore and see what's the amount of paint better for your prints, and add your botanicals as the brayer 1, 2, 3 times. Of course, you can later use this to take off this print of this of the jelly plate. We don't lose anything, right? But we want to make sure our fern is well wet. So now we will have these on here. I will put my fern in here, and then I will just have in here and just fold. And then I have the second plate, and now we are going to just make sure we just press our, and it's as easy as this. Let me just, okay. And see what we have in here. Look at that. Look at this print. Look how the perfection of this print is. And here, it's another amazing thing that I love, which is I can see the sporangias and different colors, the black, the green. Look at this. I absolutely love. We can, because we had so much pressure with the jelly plate, we can have depth. We can see the sporangias and the other side, and wow, I can flat this and use it again. Let's do another one. Let me just add another one. For example, with I have this raw amber and brunt sienna. So let's use this. I will change. Now let's use, for instance, this. Let me see this. I will do another one on fabric, for instance, this, and now I will fold this one, okay, so you can see. Oh, I want that leaf in there, so I will add this here, okay. Oops, sorry. Okay, now I will fold this. I will add the second plate, and now let me just take this off here. And let's open. Just look. I am already seeing from here. That is mind-blowing. Look at this. How beautiful. is this print. We can see the prints from the lines on the leaves, the very well detailed steams. Just look. Awesome. So now let's try some paper, okay? So you can see how it goes with paper. I will use these and I will add some green in this one. We just want to prepare the paper so it's easy to go. For instance, I will use this vintage one. I will fold like this. Okay. I will use this. Just want a little bit more of green. And I will add a little bit of white so it goes more happy with this green. Okay. Before I will just look at that. And now I will add like this. Again like this. I will add into my paper. I will fold, and now just put this aside and wow, look at this. Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous print. And with one we have 2 pages, and we can use these as a collage element or use as a page. Look at that. Love it. I will do another one with this color. In this case, is when the paper is bigger than the machine, we just fold it. Like this. As much time you do back and forth, you will get a better print because you are doing more pressure into your print. Okay, so we open. Look at that. Very often occurs that we can have our ferns collaged there, and you can leave them there. Look at this to add into a journal. Look at that. How amazing, right? look at a tea bag that was pressed, and now we can use as a transparency for this. Look at that. Okay, now I will use another one, for example, the black and a little bit of blue, just to don't be only black. Okay. And I will use on the corrugated cardboard so you can see how it goes amazingly. I will use like this, for example, and this fern, for instance. And the leaves are just folded. I don't care, because it will give interest to my print. You know, it will give lots of interest. So let's take this aside, add this here, have this here. Let's use, for instance, this one. You can feel more pressure because it was because we have the cardboard. And well, here is the thing, because we had too much paint. Okay, let me just clean this, because I already have my, let's open. Look. Oh, even myself get absolutely amazed with things that I have. I explain why this is happening. Okay, so now let's open this. Wow, look at that. Look at that. So, different, very simple things that happen here. First, we had here lots of paint, right? So, because we have lots of paint in here, when we add this to the corrugated cardboard, it's going through this, which gives so much interest, okay? We have this glued because it was so pressured that some ferns get stick to the paper, which gives, I love that. In here is an interesting thing. Because I used a fern that has, as you saw here, this one had already lots of paint from other prints, right? So because it has lots of paint from other prints, when I had another coat of acrylic and weighted and had pressure, that paint pulled out the other that were underneath. And now we have this out of this world print. And with the extra, we have the prints from here. Just look at that. Let's do another one. For example, this one, because it goes in here very well. So I will use this one. And I want, let me see. I want a little bit of pink on this blue, just to try to put on this fabric here. No, I will use the cardboard so we can extract more. I will just add a little bit of brown. Not brown, sorry. A little bit of terracotta pale. Just to blend a little bit with this green blue that we already have in here. Look at that. It's going to open a little bit our paint. And so now I will add think I need more color because I'm feeling that is drying very fast, so I will add a little bit of this green. Okay. Okay. Now I will add these. It's probably bigger. Almost the same size. Okay. Now I will add a fabric. Okay. Now let's just put this aside. Add this into here. Look at that. We already see. I'm going to pass 2 times, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Let me see. Open this. Look at this. How beautiful. We can stitch, hand stitch, embroidery, add as a page. And look, I love it. Let's take this off to see what we have. And probably I will have my fern stuck in here. So I will embrace that because I will get this. Look at this. Look at this beautiful, beautiful thing in here. I think I will not take this off because I will have this. So because we have lots of layers, they did stick, and now I have this brilliant paper. Lots of texture, colors, depth, and look at that. We can use it again. Look at this. So let's try one with some of these skeletons, which are beautiful. Love it. I love them. I will use a little bit of Brunt Sienna with this raw amber. Okay. Let's just add the color, add the skeleton. Okay. Now I will use on these vintage paper, which I will just close here. And then add into my, it's like a printer machine, right? Let's take look at this. How amazing is this? Now we have here the other one. Look at this. I especially love these ones because we have underneath the text, and we have this because it's a skeleton. We just see everything underneath, and we use mainly translucent paints. goodness, oh my goodness, look at this. And after, you can use these to press again and use as it is in a journal page as a natural element to add. Look at this. And the good thing is that on a jelly plate, first you don't get this entire very well-defined print. Other than that, we always get the round, some kind of a round things, of course. So they are different things to use, and I love to use in these different ways. After this, with this translucent, we could just add as an element to add in a transparency. So the possibilities are endless. For now, you can make a collage, for example, like this, and use these different elements. Okay, let's add just one last idea. For instance, when we have these backgrounds to pull the entire, when we pull the entire plate, the residues of paint, so we can do something. So I want a little bit of white or a color that is contrasting with this, right? And then I will add my botanical there, and I will like this. Okay, now I want this in here, but because I don't want that, I don't want the mirror of this on that part, okay, I will cover this with another paper, something like this, nothing that, for example, I will use this one. Okay, let's use this, and then we cover, and then we cover again, and now let's use our prints, and let's print. Off and see the results. First, look at this. Now I want to take this. I pressed too much time. Yeah. And another thing happened that first it was not too well dried, but this occurs when something is not so well dried, that it's gluing, it's stucking. So you can see again that those layers of color of paint were stuck with the white. And now I could just let this here, or you can take this off and embrace it, you know, like, let's try to take this off like this. Yeah, I would just let this paper here and take this as another amazing page. Look at this. How gorgeous could be. So I will glue these. For instance, I would just amend these, like adding some, you could do gel medium, of course, okay, like this. We could take this off to there, but I like this in here, so I will add this here and this part in here. Look at this. How amazing is this? Right? How amazing. It has even, we can see the amount of paint that we have in here. So this was this last idea on this roll of videos using a Sizzix and a more complex way that you use using the different layers of your botanicals in your favor. Well, my friends, this is our session for today. I really hope that you enjoyed and you found many ideas and tips. I love this technique. If you have a Sizzix on your shelf, just go and grab it and use. We have now a stash of botanical prints, very sharply decorated, amazing to add into our journals, right? So, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. As always, you can join my free class fragments and add these amazing papers into your fragments journal. So, it's all for today. I see you in the next video. Bye bye!